Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Peanut Butter Fridays podcast, episode number 3. Is it 3, guys?
Oh, this is my first one.
Yeah, I think
It's 3. All right, it's episode 3, and for episode 3, we got a special guest, Croc, aka Dead Hawk, on YouTube.
Let me turn on my ring light real quick.
It's episode 4.
Oh, is it episode 4?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're so dumb.
my bad, PBF.
You're an idiot.
My bad, PBF. It's episode 4. Sorry, just so much stuff blends in. We've done so many of these already. It's crazy. All right, for this week's podcast, we're going to be talking about week. Is it week 6?
Yeah.
Week 6.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about week 5 and then upcoming 6.
Yes. Overcoming sex. Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Gotta overcome it.
Yep. All right, to start out, we're going to talk about our top 25 for this week. Mr. Hogg, do you have our top 25?
Let me look.
I believe the number
Sure.
1. There's a new number 1.
Kansas is taking everyone to storm right now.
I'm going to go over this top 25 real quick, and then we'll get into the whole shebang.
Exactly.
Number 1. I said to number 1, Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Number 2, Georgia.
Roll Tide.
Number 3, Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4, we got Michigan. At number 5, Clemson.
Overrated.
Number 6, you got the USC Trojans.
They're really good.
7, Oklahoma State.
Oh, OK
Hey,
State looks
so-
pretty good.
USC sitting at a soft number 8.
Tennessee's really good.
Number 9's Ole Miss.
I
Penn
don't know.
State.
The SEC West is loaded.
Yeah.
11, Utah. 12, we got the Ducks of Oregon.
Congratulations.
I think Utah could be on upset alert.
Congratulations, Brennan.
Oh.
They're finally in the
Thank you.
top 15.
No, there were 15 last week, I'm pretty sure.
I thought they were lower. I don't know.
No, I think there were 15 last week. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, because they went up 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were 13 last week. All right, continue.
13, the Kentucky Wildcats suffered a loss to the Ole Miss Rebels, 22-19.
Really,
Was a heartbreaker.
14, North Carolina State.
at least they got basketball to hope for.
15, Wake Forest. 16, BYU. 17, TCU. Game coming up. 18, UCLA. 19, Kansas. 20, Kansas State. 21, Washington. 22, Syracuse. 23, Mississippi State. And 24, Cincinnati. 25, LSU.
Mississippi State
LSU.
is great.
Wait, why was LSU number 25? Were they not ranked higher last week?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. They haven't been ranked since they lost to Florida State, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right, Delson, what is our net?
Delson.
My thing is, like, I don't understand these rankings because I think LSU should be higher than Mississippi State because LSU beat Mississippi State. I don't know.
Well, Mississippi
That's
State looks
weird.
really good.
I do agree. Mississippi State does look good. They did collapse a Texas A&M team, but it was at home. So
I'm going to go through our regular stuff, then we're going to have some discussion points towards after our predictions.
Yeah, Mr. Hogg pulled up some very good points.
Alright. So predictions for we're gonna go over predictions real quick. We're gonna go into biggest games of the weekend. Nick, should we go? Yeah, biggest games of the weekend.
Biggest games of the week, then predictions.
All right, so I would say Tennessee, LSU,
Agree.
then TCU and Kansas.
Agree.
Absolutely, that's college game day.
Hold on. This is going to be for the predictions. So let's calm down. Let's go over predictions real quick.
I thought we were doing top games of the week first.
Well, we're doing
Which
that.
is
Like the top 3 games of the week coming next.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go through the whole week like we usually do, or whole top 25.
Predictions. Kentucky versus Ole Miss. Is the
I'm gonna
only
say-
one who comes out with
Oh,
a win.
yeah, our last week's predictions. Oh, yeah. That's right. My bad, Dawson.
Oh, we're doing last week.
We're going over mine, yours, and Hog's last week's predictions.
Yeah, I may have had some predictions on these games as well.
Well,
I'm
we
gonna go
had
with,
like Bears
game-
board.
Mark, you'll be part of it too. You're a special guest. You'll have your own.
We'll have Croc's record whenever we decide what this week's game's going to be.
But I
Hey,
need
if
to have the crop board.
The Croc board.
Go
The
by
cock
3 games. Go by
The
3
cock
games, kinda
board.
like Bears board. Kentucky versus Ole Miss. Obviously, Kentucky has an upset loss to Ole Miss, and Brennan's the only one who comes out on that one.
Woo!
NC State versus Clemson. I picked the upset. I'll lose again. I'll both pick Clemson.
I had Clemson in that game.
Got a little a boost right there. Hold on. Let me fix the record. Alright. And then Oklahoma State versus Baylor. Wait. Oklahoma State plays Texas Tech this week. Oklahoma State versus Baylor. We all picked OK State, and they did win. Did they not?
Yeah,
they
they did.
did.
Thought that'd be a pretty easy pick.
Okay, State and Baylor.
Hold on.
Dang, Penn State struggled against Northwestern. Sorry. I'm looking at the scores from last week.
All right, so my record now sits at 4-5. Brandon's is 6-3. Pat's is 4-2.
4-2. He's lucky because he had to miss out on a week. That's what it is. All right. Now we can go into top games of the week.
Did we go over all of them, Dawson?
But yeah, haven't gone over them all yet. So
Oh,
I think the biggest game, one of the biggest games is Kansas and TCU.
mm-hmm.
They're coming up. I'm gonna put that on there.
No? Okay. Yeah, TCU and Kansas
We got LSU
and
and
Tennessee.
You the only 10 I see.
We could put
hold on,
you.
before we do all that, what's your prediction for Kansas and TCU?
Kansas and TCU.
That's gonna be a really good game.
Mm,
I'm gonna go
Kansas
Kansas. Kansas stands
Kansas
out.
definitely got the hot hand.
Yeah, I agree.
They're more of an all-around team. I know
We're
TCU.
going Kansas.
They beat the crap out of them. But I just feel like Kansas is on the roll.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Going TCU.
I'm going Kansas with this. Who's favored? Is it Kansas or TCU?
TCU's actually
TCU's.
favored by 6.5 points.
They
Okay.
they just come off. They just beat the
6.5,
ever living
wow.
crap out of an Oklahoma team. It's supposed to be good.
Yeah, but
You're
Kansas,
telling me Kansas team is going to come in there? Teams they've even played a top 25 team. You're telling me they're going to come in there and beat TCU?
They have one of the best
Absolutely.
quarterbacks in the nation. So yeah, I think they should.
Oh, now, dude. I'm
Of course,
actually
Heisman, I'm
looking
telling
at the scores to Kansas, I'm kind of leaning towards TCU because they struggle against West Virginia, who sucks, Houston, who sucks, and Duke, who sucks. And then they won by
Duke does
3.
not suck.
They won by 3.
Dude,
They won by 3 against Iowa State last week. So
you know how many
Yeah.
interceptions that Kansas quarterback has thrown? 1. He's thrown for 11 touchdowns.
I don't know.
It's hard to
Put me
decide.
down for Kansas. I'm gonna go Kansas. I feel like they're a team that could just somehow pull shit out of their ass.
I don't think it's very hard to do that. Most people do that every day. But yeah, I got
It's what up?
Kansas.
Except Brennan, you put stuff in your ass, so
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God bless.
That is exactly. That's exactly what I do.
This is a college football podcast. None of that stuff.
No vulgar stuff, Patrick.
I'm sorry.
It's a very underrated game that I don't think people are paying attention to. And that's Utah and UCLA.
Utah and UCLA.
I think.
Yes, UCLA, they're 5-0.
This week I'm gonna add 4.
There's so
Yeah.
many good games this week, dude.
Yeah, there's a
There are,
lot of good
yeah.
games this week.
Tennessee. Give me Tennessee versus LSU.
Tennessee.
Predictions.
Tennessee.
I got LSU in upset. I don't know why. I just feel like
Take
they
that
just.
home.
I just want to pull for an upset this week.
I feel like Tennessee is gonna pull it out, but I feel like they're gonna slip up. In some
Well,
ways
here's the
against
thing: they
LSU.
are in Death Valley, but
That makes me want to even pick LSU even more.
it is
Now, is it
11
like
o'clock.
is it a-
It's 11 o'clock
if
kickoff.
it's not in that game, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Yeah. I don't think that would be much of a difference.
I'm still going Tennessee. I just don't see a lot of teams stopping them.
If it was a not game, I would probably say LSU, but it's not.
Yeah, well. I still got LSU pulling it out.
Next one, Utah versus UCLA.
Utah is at UCLA. It's a 2:30 kick.
In the college football group I'm in, I picked Utah. So I'm going to stick with Utah.
I'm gonna stick with Utah as well. Stay with Utah.
I'm gonna go.
UCLA going to get their first loss.
I got Dorian Thompson-Robinson picking up the W with the Bruins. UCLA beats Utah 31-23.
The score prediction.
I'm calling
I don't
it.
know, dude. That's another tough one. The thing is
It's like a
you
coin
can't really
flip game.
you can't really compare UCLA because they only played Washington, which they were a good team. And then let's
I
see.
think Washington came into
And
that
then
game
Utah.
just they were going to squish them.
Utah hasn't played anybody except Florida, and Florida looked really good in the beginning of the season, but they kind of
They fell off.
fell off. I mean, they did play Oregon State last week and beat the piss out of them. So I don't know, dude. I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna say UCLA stays undefeated.
It'll be a close one, regardless.
Yeah.
That one definitely could have been called. Yeah. Too.
Where is
This
college game
is a
day?
little,
I'm be in Lawrence, Kansas, for
Kansas,
TCU.
TCU.
College game day going to Kansas for.
Oh
the
yeah,
first
I
time.
remember. They haven't been in Kansas like ever.
No, they haven't. This will be the first time.
That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense, but like that's crazy.
They're turning their program around.
Yeah.
I like
This is
to.
they said this is their best start since 2009.
That's what happened
should've
to
went-
Kansas last time they went 4-0, 5-0. Like they dropped 7 games. Dropped the next 7.
They dropped the
Good
next 7.
For going 4-0.
Oh, dude,
5-0.
Jeez.
that's a
So
hard.
last time they went undefeated in the first 5 games.
I like TCU's unis.
That's
This
awful.
is a little sneaker in there.
I definitely don't think Kansas will go winless the rest of the year, unless something drastic happens.
If they go
think that's
undefeated, you have to consider them for the college football playoff. Anyway,
That's the far fetched, but we'll see.
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
We're only halfway through the season, pretty much. So
Yeah.
All right,
So,
next
like,
game.
Auburn versus Georgia. It's just because of the way Georgia's been playing, and Auburn said that.
I still say Georgia. I'm sorry, but Auburn is shit.
no, I'm an Auburn fan. I'm sorry, it's gonna be Georgia, and it's gonna be.
Wait, what'd you say, Croc? I couldn't hear you. You like broke up pretty bad.
I'm not letting my pride get in the way. I know I'm an Auburn fan, but Georgia's gonna take it. It's gonna be quickly.
Okay. So you got Georgia winning handedly.
Yeah, they'll probably cover the spread,
That's
and
a
it's 30.
Yeah, it's a 30-point spread.
Jesus.
I'm also taking Georgia.
Yeah, I got
Thank-
Georgia.
I
mean,
mean, I was close like in the first half because Auburn they played good in the first half, but the second half they just can't find a way to score. Their offense struggles. Last week against LSU, they got at the 5-yard line and they turned the ball.
I would actually
So-
consider choosing Auburn for the upset if they had a quarterback. The problem,
It's the
I think they
quarterback.
would.
It's their offensive line. Their offensive line is just, it's terrible.
Anyway, next game, Dawson.
That's it.
That's all the game.
That's all I got. Unless you got another one.
Let me look. I mean, we could talk about Texas A&M and Alabama because of all the beef that happened this summer.
It's gonna be a blowout. It's not even gonna be close. Alabama's gonna win it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to pick some. We're Alabama fans, kind of biased.
Oh, Florida
We're all-
State and NC State is playing. They've only lost one.
Yeah, but Florida State kind of got whooped by Wake Forest. So I don't know if that's really a good one.
If they were at home, that could be an upset. But I don't see it happening.
I don't know. NC State was running with Clemson till the final, quarter.
I think
How about, number 12 Oregon and Arizona.
Arizona's not good, so they're gonna get clapped.
Bo Nix
guess
is
they're
doing a
probably
lot
going.
better. Last week he threw for over 400 yards.
Bo picks.
So is that all the things we're talking about this week, Dawson?
Predictions wise, yeah.
All right. What's the next thing?
Best players that last week.
Best players of last week. Pat, do you have
like
one?
one player on offense and one player on defense?
No, just
Just
your
like-
best player from last week.
Just
I'm taking
Whatever.
I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs,
I think
That was a good one.
Alabama. Jahmyr Gibbs.
I might have to copy you, Dawson. Let's see how.
206 rush yards against Arkansas.
I gotta go with Bo Nix from last week. I mean, he looked really good. They had a comeback win. and like there was like less than 5 minutes left, and they came back, scored like 3 or 4 times.
I watched a little bit of that game. Yeah. Was it against Washington State? And he threw a pick, and I immediately turned it. I was like, "Come on, Bo!"
Yeah, he threw a pick earlier in the game, and they got to the fourth quarter. They were down to 2 scores, and Bo Nix just decided to go off.
Yeah, he likes to do that sometimes.
I think it was like 400 plus yards and like 3 touchdowns.
I know who I'm gonna go. I know who. Oh.
I honestly don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of some players.
I'm considering going for Jackson Dart because he pulled the upset against Kentucky.
Yeah, he was pretty good. Hold on, I gotta look and see because I gotta think. Because I know I was going to think C.J. Stroud, but I know he didn't play very good against Wisconsin. I think he only had like 100 yards in that game, 150, 170-something yards in that game. Let me look at this. Best players from week 5 of college football?
Pretty sure.
Okay. I'm turning off my camera for just a second. Because Lexi's got to go by.
You know what? I know who I'm going to choose. And this might be controversial to some people.
Who you got?
The reason I say
that really good.
He stepped up in an away game, Arkansas was a very good team. Away. And last week, let me find it. I'm trying to find his stats. Last week he went. Let me find it. He had 91 rushing yards last week. Passing, he can improve. He was like 9 attempts and 4 completions, so he was pretty bad. But he didn't play terrible at all. He was at Arkansas away, so he had all the crowd noise. And I think I'm gonna go with Jalen Miller.
Jalen Miller.
You gotta think. The Arkansas was on the pretty good back.
Yeah. They were on the verge of coming back, and then Jalen Miller came in there and just busted the game wide open. Well,
I brought it within 5, and then
Jameer.
It was honestly Jameer did it, but
it's kind of a Jameer takeover.
I just don't want to seem like I'm copying him because I would choose Jameer Gibbs. Honestly, he went off last week.
I got a guy who went off the week before and last week. What is his name? From freaking Kansas State. The quarterback from Kansas State. I think his name is Adrian Martinez.
Yes.
Adrian Martinez did really good the past 2 weeks.
He's really stepping up.
I think he had maybe 200-something passing yards, and he's ran for 5 touchdowns in the past 2 games. He's going off. He
has more touchdowns than the back.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who I'm choosing, actually. I know who I'm definitely choosing. I'm going Will Rogers from Mississippi.
In that game last week, Martinez had 3 touchdowns on the ground.
You talking about that one against Oklahoma? Or the one against the latest one?
Not Oklahoma, but Texas Tech.
Oh, yeah.
He had 3 touchdowns on the ground and 1 through the air. More rushing yards than passing yards.
Yeah. Who did you say, Patrick?
I'm going with Will Rogers, Mississippi State.
All right, I got another one that I just thought about. Who's the quarterback for TCU? Max Duggan? He went insane against Oklahoma. Did y'all see that,
The whole
dude?
team did.
Yeah. He had like 500-something passing yards.
No, he went 23 for 33 for 302 yards and 3 touchdowns.
How many? I mean, he might have had total yards 500, but how many total yards did he have? Do you know?
It says 302. That's all it says on his stat thing.
That's just passing yards.
I guess I saw it something differently. I thought he went for more than he actually did.
It may have been within like the past 2 games though.
He's still going crazy. Like that's. I'm still pulling for Kansas this week, but like if he plays as good as he did last week, I think TCU might have a chance of coming out to win.
Duggan had 5 carries for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Okay, so he had like 400 something total yards.
2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
23.2 yards a carry. That is insane. His longest was 67 yards.
That is insane.
So yeah, he had about 5 something yards.
Yeah, he did really freaking good.
Yeah. His QBR was 96.1. That is really good.
Jeez. 96.1 for a QBR.
Anyway, my choice, I'm going with Will Rogers, Mississippi State.
Will Rogers. So wait, who did I say? I said Adrian Martinez. It's a tie between Adrian Martinez and Max Duggan for me because they've Big 12 has some really good quarterbacks right now. All right, Hog. Did you say your top player?
I said Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs. All right, what's our next topic?
Our Alabama's. How do we think about Alabama this week?
This is a segment, but for just the main members, Mr. Crocker, because
we can talk about Auburn.
we can talk about Auburn too.
Maybe give us some info on Auburn.
It ain't gonna hurt my feelings if you don't talk about it.
Oh, you're gonna give us
Talk
your
about-
thoughts on Auburn after the Alabama talk.
Honestly, I think we came out really good, like really good. And I think we would have continued to slaughter Arkansas if Bryce Young didn't get hurt.
I don't know,
That's
man.
my-
I feel like it was closer whenever Bryce was in there. But, like, I feel like if we run the ball like we did against Arkansas, I think we'll do better this year alone. Like, that is insane that we can run the ball like that, but we don't run the ball like that in every other game.
Well, we don't run the ball like that because that's our first game that we had really a breakout running offense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we can have that good of a game against Arkansas.
And every time we've tried to run, we struggled running.
I feel like Alabama
Bill O'Brien.
has been set back on the road. Say that Alabama's not a good team on the road for the past 2 years. It has proved that they can be good on the road against a good Arkansas team. They beat them by 20 something points. 20.
It was like 40
26.
something to like 20 something.
29-26. 23 points. Come out there. A little slip. It was after halftime a little bit in third quarter. Or maybe it was before that. They let them get back up 28-23, but then they just pulled away. And it became like a 21-3 after that like into the fourth quarter. I only got 3 more points after that 23-point comeback. Or I forgot what it was. I don't know. Maybe it was like they were down 14 or something like that. But like Alabama proved that they can be good on a road game this season, especially against a good Arkansas team, and they can be good without Bryce Young.
Yeah, the only thing with me is our backup quarterback didn't do that good throwing the ball. Like, if Bryce Young's going to be out multiple games, like, Jalen Milroe throwing the ball is going to be an issue if we can't run the ball. How you feel about that, Patrick? Hello?
Is there like a delay, or is he frozen?
Pat, you frozen? It looked like he just eternally clapping his hands. Technical difficulties. Jackhead process. Just
Good job, that.
the blanket stare.
The 1,000-yard stare.
What the crap? That's the.
I think
Oh,
I
there he
can
goes.
speak for him a little bit. I will say, like, it's like you said, he didn't really do good throwing the ball, but he did step up when he needed to. Like, you brought up a point, if he's going to be playing multiple games, and especially with, like, at Tennessee and at Ole Miss,
Yeah.
he's going to need to be able to throw the ball. If he plays. I mean, that's if he plays. Which Bryce Young, he's doing all right throwing the ball, but he's not as good as last year. I feel like he's
It's
more
just
off.
because there's not as many weapons as last year, I feel like. That's all it is.
Yeah, he has to
And I think he's trying to make too much happen.
Yeah. That's a big thing about it, too.
He's a calm
And
down.
he threw like 2 interceptions against ULM. I was just like, what? It's not like him.
It's not like him to throw interceptions. Come on, Bryce. Oh, Brandon?
Man.
Brandon's back. Brandon?
What about your Auburn Tigers?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Where'd you go,
Yeah, we
Patrick?
hear you.
What happened?
My computer like crashed, dude.
Oh.
It like froze
You
up.
just gave like the 1,000 yards there left.
Dude, you look so... I don't know how to describe it. You was like... doing this. And just stuck there.
Alright, it froze. Alright, anyway, what were we talking about?
Oh, I was saying that if Jalen Milroe has to throw the ball more than he did, if we have to rely on Jalen Milroe throwing the ball, we're not going to do good. That's what I'm saying. Because he didn't do very good against Arkansas throwing the ball.
Every time he's played this year, he hasn't done good throwing the ball.
Is that it for Bama Talk?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Croc, give us your 4-1-1 on the Auburn Tigers.
What would you say about the Tigers?
Well, I think they've proven that they're only a first half team and not a second half team. They still have yet to score in the second half. Like, they didn't score in the second half against LSU, which they were at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal, and they turned the ball over. There's no excuse for that. And then against Missouri, it went up 14-0, and it's like they just quit. Both games, it's like they forgot how to play football. So unless the offensive line can just like tighten up or something, it's going to be a long year. It's already starting to be a long year. Auburn fans are already looking forward to next year. Oh, heck, they just may be looking forward to basketball season.
Looking forward to next year. Is Auburn officially a basketball school? Maybe.
It's getting there, honestly.
It's getting there.
You need to redo the entire program, redo the entire football program.
I
Yeah,
don't know
it
about the
needs a
entire
clean sweep.
football.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there's already rumors that Auburn's coach is out.
Brian
It needs-
Harsin.
Well, see, the thing is about Harsin, he's got a good contract, so everybody's been saying that he's trying to get fired so he can get a buyout and just go back to Boise State.
That's crazy. Get a buyout just to go back to Boise State.
That's a good way to get money.
Yeah. The buyout's good. That'd be fine. People are trying to already fire
And-
Jimbo Fisher. And his buyout's like freaking $20 million.
Well, that's the perk of signing a deal during the offseason.
Yeah. It's insane. Just
I can't wait for this offseason because NCAA comes out this offseason.
I can't wait for NCAA to come
Now,
out.
more about Auburn. I don't even know who their coach would be. I don't know anybody that would want to come to Auburn if Ron Harsin's out. Y'all got any
Oh, yeah,
ideas?
someone.
Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is the front runner for Auburn's job.
There's a lot of talk. About Sanders.
Deion
think he'll stay.
Primetime Sanders.
And I don't see why he would do this, and I've heard rumors about this, is Lane Kiffin.
No.
I
Lane Kiffin would not leave
No.
Ole Miss to go to Auburn.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No.
But I've heard, like,
I can't hear.
I listen to Feinbaum a lot. A lot
Patrick,
of, like,
if
they've
I-
been talking about he's a candidate. And I'm like, no.
You listen to Feinbaum?
Yeah.
Patrick's the type of dude you just listen to Feinbaum like every day.
I
I
can't
really
even-
do, but it's just lately
Can't
it's
even
just
hear
annoying because sometimes they like these random people that'll call in would won't even talk about sport. They just talk about random bullcrap.
Well, Hog, what are you saying?
I can't hear Patrick.
You can't hear Patrick? It's just a loading screen? Wait, me and Croc, can you hear Patrick? I can hear Patrick.
I can hear everybody.
Okay. It might
can
just
hear
be,
Patrick.
you might need to close out your Discord and then come back in.
My computer completely crashed.
Yeah, there he is.
So are we done with the podcast?
No.
No, we have multiple other topics. That's just the end of Auburn talk. Can you hear? So you can hear Patrick now? Because you just said no to his question.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay. All
I
right.
can't hear
What's
Croc.
next?
I can't hear or see Croc.
Croc's not even talking.
Croc.
Croc.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Alright.
Some NFL talk before we close it up.
No.
No, Dawson has a
Number
couple
one.
more topics, and then
We got
topics.
more talk. Probably didn't know that.
All right, what is your thoughts on Georgia's last two disappointing games against Missouri and Kent State? How will they bounce back against Auburn this week?
Honestly, Auburn's. I think they stomp Auburn, but I do think they have a slip-up game coming up. I think they'll lose. I don't think they'll have an
Missouri
undefeated season.
that's the game.
This team, Georgia's a good team. Everybody's saying that they're better than last year. I do not think they're a better team than last year.
No.
They're nowhere near what last year's team was, and they can.
If they were, they would have stomped a mud hole in Kent State.
And Missouri.
Yeah.
This is like, I think they're gonna come fired up, and they're probably gonna put it on Auburn, because Auburn can prove something.
I mean, the most dangerous team is a team with nothing to lose, and right now Auburn doesn't have any.
true.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. That's the thing. Georgia could mess around and be like, "Oh, Auburn's gonna be another easy one. Let's just get through this," and then they wind up getting upset by Auburn.
And it's also a
Fantastic.
rivalry
That
too,
was-
so it's gonna be hard
The
hitting.
highest of the century. If Auburn wins at Georgia, that'll be the highest of the century. Auburn has
if
a win
Auburn
there since
beats
2005.
beats Georgia, that's saving the head coach's job.
But yeah, big time.
I don't know about that.
We had our thoughts on that. Who right now is the best team in college football, or like just period? Who's the best team in college football?
Best team in college football? I mean,
This year, there's not really a best team.
I mean, we could be biased
a lot
as
of great
crap and say
I'm gonna go
these right
Ohio
here.
State. They've been consistent.
Ohio State, Michigan. If Georgia can step up and play better, and Alabama, like those are the top four. That's just what it is. Like they're the four best teams, but there's none that's just been set out. Like
That's
Georgia
not a
early
stand-up
on, they
team.
were like number one, definitely. But like now, they've almost lost 2 straight games. So they've been sloppy in 2 straight games. They've not lost 2 straight games. They've just been really sloppy.
State and Michigan, they haven't been very impressive either. So like, there's just not a team that stands out right now. That's
Ohio
just
State's
a
been
team.
Once they
impressive.
get that signature win, well, if they can get a signature win, then yeah, they might be on the map. Other than that, they're just gonna be overlooked.
For our next topic, coming into the offseason, there was a lot of talk that Pac-12 was not a good conference, and they're not going to be anybody outside of their conference. Are they underrated? Is the Pac-12 an underrated conference?
No,
Not really. I think
absolutely
it's
not.
rated just where it's
I think
supposed to
they're
be.
exceeding. I think they're exceeding everybody's expectations.
I expected I expected the same old from Pac-12, but they're exceeding what the media has said about them. Yeah, I think they're not as underrated as people thought.
Yeah.
Pretty
The
good.
only team that really given a chance in the Pac-12 is Utah.
What USC?
But I mean,
USC,
And
Yeah.
UCLA.
UCLA, Oregon.
well, I'm talking about the teams they gave a chance to. All I heard was like Utah
I see what you're
before the
saying.
season started, and then Utah plays Florida, and then they lose. So
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
another one. Roll into the next one.
Well,
Unless you have something to talk.
I'm doing a video. Why
Hey,
don't you go?
Patrick, Daddy. Patrick, go take your dog out.
I'm not talking about taking my dog out.
Who? Next topic. Who's coming out on top in the Big Ten? As of right now, who do you think is going to come on top?
Either Ohio State or Michigan, definitely. I don't have either or right now because
no question.
No
Penn-
question
you gotta
about
I
it.
know
you
until
can't leave
they
out-
meet up.
I mean, you can't leave out Penn State, but Penn State's definitely not like the caliber that Ohio State or Michigan is. I don't think.
I don't think Penn State's been the caliber of Ohio State and Michigan since Trace McSorley and Saquon Barkley were there.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier. If that team doesn't get a significant win, then they're just going to be overlooked too.
Yeah,
Until then, it's Michigan and Ohio State.
definitely. I mean, Michigan did get close. They were pretty close with Maryland, but Maryland's not bad. They've got Talia Tagovailoa, which is to his brother, and they have
It's Talia.
oh, is it Talia?
It's Talia.
Sorry, Talia, if you're listening.
Patrick knows everybody in the Tagovailoa family. So.
He does. He knows everybody in the Tagovailoa family.
He probably knows how to say his first name fully.
He's got Talia's number. That's what it is.
I got Tua's number.
Oh yeah. How's Tua doing, by the way? See.
Kinda injured.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was throwing up gang signs the last time. He was like this.
Oh,
No, bro.
that is screwed.
No.
Dude,
No.
that ain't right.
Get out. Come again.
Oh yeah, I'm like in an Alabama group on Facebook, and
Of
someone
course you are.
shared, and someone shared Tua Tagovailoa out for this week's game. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah, he has brain damage right now, but he might be able to play next week.
At
Jeez.
this point, I wouldn't be
He
surprised.
has one of the
if
worst
Michael
concussions you can get in college football, in NFL. And
Dude, what would y'all do if he strolls out there first drive?
Miami would instantly be under investigation.
Miami
No
would
way.
get freaking
They already
deleted
are
from the
under
league.
investigation.
Oh, like the investigation would end. Like Miami would be fine.
They fired they fired some of the training staff. Told him he was okay to play. It's only 5 days after his previous injury.
Literally, both my teams in the NFL are trash. So, I'm going for. Hey, there's my girlfriend.
Lex wants me to hide her. Come on.
Oh, you gotta come kill this big spider. Oh my god, come kill it right now.
I can't kill a spider. I'm in the middle of a podcast.
Maybe it's gonna eat me.
It's not gonna eat you. I'll be back. Continue the podcast. I'm gonna go kill a spider.
It is big.
I'm gonna go kill a spider.
While he's gone, we'll talk about something.
Damn, Brittany's looking thick. Alright,
Well,
we're
we're gonna talk about something. I think it needs to be NFL.
Hold on, I still got topics to go over.
I just want to bring out an idea. We do need to do some NFL predictions. In my opinion.
Dawson,
Yeah.
how about the Packers, baby?
Almost lost to a third-string quarterback. They're awesome. The Packers are great.
Dude, Aaron
I hate
Rodgers,
my
like,
team.
bro,
I
Aaron
don't
Rodgers
hate
is
them, but
like,
dang.
oh, we could talk about Tom Brady news that came out today.
What, he's getting a divorce?
Yeah. Anyway,
My Philly Eagles, they're undefeated. Only team undefeated in the NFL.
Aaron,
I'm
oh
happy
yeah,
about
that's
that.
my team. That's my team right now since Dolphins losses.
Bullshit.
You bandwagon.
You're bandwagoning piece of shit.
I just look. I don't have a specific like NFL team.
Like, I'm fine with
I like the
Eagles,
Dolphins.
man.
I like the Patriots. I like the Eagles. Like I like the Falcons.
I'm
What I
fine
walk
with
If
into?
you
Eagles
like the Eagles,
and all
who's their
that.
next game?
Huh?
If you like the Eagles, who's their next game?
I don't even know the team I only kept up with next team, Dolphins. I don't know. I don't
I
even
thought
know
you
the
were a Patriots
Patriots
fan.
next game.
Don't they
I
play the
don't even know the
Lions?
Patriots. Huh?
Don't the Eagles play the Lions?
No. They play Lions' first game of the season.
Wait, who plays the Lions? I heard somebody play the Lions. I know who my team plays next.
Patriots play the Lions.
Oh yeah, the Vikings play the Bears. The Bears.
You are gonna lose.
I think we play the Giants.
Yeah, the Bears are pitiful this year.
Eagles are playing at Arizona.
Oh
They
yeah.
should win that game.
They're favored by 5.
Oh yeah.
It's a 325.
Yeah,
Sure.
we play the Giants. The Packers.
Well, if
play
you
the
want me to
Giants.
define, I'm not a huge NFL fan. I'm gonna define how I am fans of teams. I'm fans of teams that have Alabama players on them. So I'm fans of like half the NFL. I'm not
whoever
like,
has Alabama on.
There is certain my favorite team all the time is the Packers. There is like 3 other teams that I like, but I wouldn't consider them my favorite team. I like the Bills, the Ravens, and the Eagles. I wouldn't consider my favorite team or my bandwagon if they're winning.
Eagles are definitely my favorite, but I do like the Titans as well.
Those are the 3 I like, but I wouldn't bandwagon them or anything if they were winning. I'd still go for the Packers all day long.
Nah.
Now I used to be
Fuck the Packers.
My number one team really used to be was the Falcons, and I just got done pulling for them because whoever owns that team's an idiot.
I just never went for the Falcons. It's because all our family is from Chicago and all that. Most of our family's from Chicago. And I wanted to be different and not go for the damn Bears. I went for the Packers.
The Bears. Dawson
My
didn't
bad
feel
for
love.
being a Packer.
He didn't feel loved by the Bears. He said, "Screw this. I'm going to the team that actually wins." The Packers.
Go Pack, go, baby.
I hope y'all are enjoying this ASMR.
Even though we might make it to the playoffs, and we're gonna lose like for the first round. So I mean,
I like the Chargers. I will never pull for them like if one of my teams are playing them, but I like them just because they're uniforms.
yeah, like I would go get
They
my
do have some
Eagles
pretty
or
good
like
uniforms.
Ravens or Bills merch, but I wouldn't root for them
Yeah.
if they were playing the Packers.
I need an updated Eagles jersey. I still got my Carson Wentz jersey.
Ooh, you got a Carson Wentz jersey? You're disgusting.
Burn that.
In the Super Bowl year.
Burn it. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Carson Wentz, in 2017, he was dang good. Well, they
Before
deserve.
his injury, yes.
He
He
deserved
was
to be
MVP, no doubt.
Yeah. But since then, he just went downhill.
Hey, you still gotta give credit to Nick Foles, though. He had some big shoes to fill, and he did.
Nick Foles.
Oh, Saint Nick.
All right, let's get back to the college football talk. Brendan's back. Well, Tennessee, the SEC East over Georgia.
It's looking like it right now, and I think it's looking like it right now. Unless Georgia steps up their crap.
I don't think they
And you
pulled
know,
it out.
Defense really keeping them in these games. I think they're still better than any defense. Or, yeah. Their defense is better than anybody's in the East. Mostly the SEC.
Their
Really.
defense is better than Alabama's. Their defense is better than anybody's in the SEC. Period.
There's three factors in the SEC East.
Defense wins football games.
Defense wins championships.
I will say, yeah, kinda. But now you have to have an offense. You can't just have that defense. Defense can slip up and like let them lose, like get a touchdown or something.
Well, yeah, there's
That's
only so
ball
much
game.
the defense can do.
There's only so much a defense can do that an offense has to make up for.
I just
Yeah,
think
Auburn.
Tennessee is good all around, dude.
That's the thing. Their defense isn't good all around. I don't think.
Tennessee's
I don't-
stepping
I
up
think
from
they're-
the last couple of years.
Their offense is damn good.
I still,
I was really surprised whenever Tennessee played up against Florida. I was thinking whenever they went up by like 3 scores and say, "Oh man, this is over." And next thing you know, see the final score and they only won by 1 possession. It's like, huh? What happened?
Come on, again.
Bruh.
Come on, again.
Oh my god. Okay. Is Kansas actually a
hey,
good
don't
team?
show your address.
Yeah, we can't show our address to the camera. Look at my address. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to get
Well, I can
doxxed.
tell you where they live. They live.
Don't you dare!
Is
Cross knows where they
Kansas
live.
actually good?
Huh?
Kansas actually good?
Let's see who they played.
We'll
Oh
s-
no, like overall, is
They're
Kansas
good.
a good team?
They're good.
They're a good
but
Kansas team.
in the process of being great. Gotta wait for
That's
that
the thing.
bigger
They have,
game.
if they beat TCU, I will say they're a good Kansas team. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. If they get slopped, absolute slobber knocked by TCU, they're the same old Kansas.
Yeah.
Just got
I
lucky.
still think they're a good team whether they win or lose. But if they do beat TCU, then they'll just be even better.
Their quarterback's
great
really
team.
good this year, though.
I honestly think he's a dark horse for Heisman.
Listen,
Yeah.
last time, like I told you, last time they went 5-0, they lost. They dropped 7. They dropped 7 games.
Yeah, I can't live in the past. Though.
Yeah, but Kansas hasn't been good since then. So
This is a step in the right direction.
if they step in the right direction, if they lose Tennessee, but TCU, and they come back, and they win again, yeah, this is a good Kansas team. But you have to wait for Saturday's game.
Yeah.
I mean, they did, Iowa State.
Last topic. Okay, so Oklahoma. Always been a good team. Never really fell to like 2 losses like they have in the past, like back to back. Thoughts on the past 2 losses for Oklahoma against TCU and Kansas State?
I haven't really been impressed with Oklahoma this all year anyway.
Oklahoma.
What
I really
happened?
I've been more impressed with Kansas and Iowa State or whatever that team you told me you said
Kansas State.
or Kansas State, sorry, than Oklahoma. It's just like I don't know. They lost a lot of players because of the off season, and I was just surprised that they actually did this good for a while.
This Oklahoma team ain't looking good.
Yeah,
Ain't looking
they're not
good.
doing good.
I don't.
Well, normally their defense is bad, like always, but their offense does exceptionally well.
I'll
But
give them
this
the
year,
benefit of
that's
the doubt.
just not been the case.
I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt. They go 6-6.
I don't know about that. I think they lose 2 more games. I think they go 8-4.
I think Texas beats them.
Yeah,
I think they beat Texas. Wait, is not the,
Nah,
we didn't even
Texas don't
discuss
win.
the Red River. Red River's this week. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Do you want to write
Red
that one, or
River.
we're just gonna keep that on record that we think that who we think's
Let's
gonna
keep
win?
that on. Let's keep that on record. Texas.
I have Oklahoma pulling it out.
Texas.
I got Texas.
Okay.
Steve Sarkisian is a super great team. Because Texas is not even that talented of a team, and they played really, really well against Alabama.
And
Right.
really, they should have beat Tech, but they straight up on them.
Yeah.
How'd they lose to Texas Tech? I didn't even watch that game.
Well, Texas had actually kicked a game-tying field goal to send it to overtime, and I think it was like the very first play Texas had. They turned the ball over, and State won.
Oh
They
my
actually-
gosh.
Texas actually had multiple games they should have won this year. They should have beat Bama. Bama was lucky they escaped that game. Forgot what other team they played. The game last week they should have won. There was just a bunch of games that they should have won. They're a better team than what their record says. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, definitely.
I concur with that.
They're not. Are they even ranked anymore? Or then?
I don't think
No. Neither Texas or Oklahoma.
Okay. All right, Mr. Hogg. What's our next topic?
That'll do it. That's the end of it.
End of the topics. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay, if you enjoyed Peanut Butter Fridays podcast number 4, please leave a like, subscribe, comment. If you want to see Mr. Crocker in another episode, let us know. But I think that's it for everybody. Peace out.
Yeah.
Hey.